After chilling videos showed him assaulting and abusing his wife, Vipin's past has now come tumbling out in the open, revealing a troubling history. An FIR was registered against him in 2024 by a girl that Vipin was allegedly having an affair with. Details the ordeals that were faced by her during her relationship with Vipin. Vipin was caught having an extramarital affair with her by Nikki, and he proceeded to beat up the woman that he was having an affair with and abuse her as well, issuing death threats to her after being discovered. His controlling behavior extended to him objecting to and assaulting Nikki over social media activity. Vipin reportedly had issues with Nikki and her sister running a beauty parlor as well, stating that women in his family are not allowed to work. In fact, Nikki's father revealed to NewsX that while objecting to her parlor, he and his family demanded half of the earnings from it as well. However, now we have a disgusting video that has come of Vipin, who's outside this alleged girlfriend's home. He's making obscene gestures and pulling down his pants in public. He's allegedly in a drunken state with a horrifying history. We now, of course, ask, how do we punish Vipin and all those who were involved in the death of Nikki Bhati? I take this conversation forward. I have with me Mr. M.K. Meena, former IPS officer, Varja Bajaj with us on the broadcast, and also Brinda Adige with us as well. Let me begin this conversation with Mr. Meena. Mr. Meena, I want to understand from your perspective, sir. As far as evidence in such a case is concerned, videos are now emerging which show that Vipin was outside the house at the time Nikki was allegedly set ablaze. But there is a troubling history with this man. There was a FIR registered against him in 2024 for threatening someone else's life, another woman's life. There are videos that have now emerged of him being in a drunken state, standing at this woman's house and making all sorts of obscene gestures. There are already videos that exist of him physically assaulting Nikki Bhati. How does one now move forward as far as this case is concerned? Mr. Meena, can you hear me?
Yeah, now I can hear. The point is, in this particular case, the allegation is that husband has burnt wife. Now, issue is the police has to collect evidences in a systematic way, and as per what was the history, everybody knows that husband is of different kind. His behavior was not good. Case was registered against him, so he has negative history in his life. The point is very clear that sister is also telling that they burnt her. Now, point is, if whatever evidences are there on the ground, police might have collected evidences, and they should collect evidence, scientific evidences, and then it should be verified with forensic evidence. Now we have got good facilities of forensic facilities, so it should be verified. Now they have to check at what time she was burnt, at what time she was taken, what time she reached one hospital, and what time she was again referred to some other hospital. So these history and what they have written, who has guided, who has written all these details, they need to be verified. The allegations put forth by relatives and parents of girl, these have to be verified in a systematic way. This is a serious case. It involves daughter of parents, sister of somebody, and mother also. Now, issue is, in such case, police should not take lightly. Police has to investigate in very serious manner, and all evidences, whatever is available, they should put forth on the file. And it should not leave on junior level officer. It should be supervised by senior level officer. Since it is highlighted case, I hope the senior police officers are also contributing to investigation in this case. But this kind of menace is still there, though there are laws enacted by government, enacted by assembly and parliament. But still, there are some people who are involved in harassing the girls. So this is very bad case, in my opinion, and we need to pinpoint all evidences. Now there are different kind of theories are also coming up, like relatives and parents of boy, husband. They are also telling some stories. The in-laws, like parents and relatives of girl, they are also telling different kind of stories. So point is, it needs verification. It should not be like that. Police should not leave any loophole so that during trial the case suffers. Whatever is reality, truth, and it should come out. And sequence of events have to be put in such a way the exact timing, exact details have to be worked out. They should not leave on the spot. Police might have taken all evidences, I hope, and but history of husband is not good, as it is evident that another woman, she complained against him, case was registered, action was taken against him. So point is very clear, and we don't know exactly what has happened. Only police can tell. Those who are investigating, they can only tell exactly what exactly has happened. But it needs thorough verification, thorough checking, professional investigation.
Okay, all right. Let me bring in Miss Varija Bajaj as well. Miss Bajaj, what do you make of some of these past antecedents of this Vipin Bhati that are now emerging as far as this case is concerned? The fact that he's had, as per reports, multiple affairs, and just until last year there was an FIR that was lodged against him by another woman. Why do you think there was no intervention by the family or anyone else at the right time?
Thank you for having me here. I think it's very, very important, like Mr. Meena said, to have a very objective investigation. What I feel or what media feels or what relatives feel or what the neighbors feel should be put aside. I hope this doesn't turn out to be another Nithari or a Arushi murder case where all the evidence is fudged. I think we should learn from our past mistakes. There are a lot of questions that are coming now, which is that why was the sister doing recording while her own sister was being burnt? There is no connection. If your own sister is burning, आप उसकी आग बुझाओगे या आप उसका video record करोगे? There is another voice that is coming off the sister who is saying that Nikki तूने ये क्या कर लिया? So there is another theory which is saying that is it Nikki that who has self-burned herself? So the case is it killing or is it abetment of suicide? So sure, I do understand that there is a past history of Vipin which is coming in. Maybe it's abetment of suicide. Maybe he has instigated her to commit something like this. Again, the child, whatever little that I have seen, Nikki's son, whatever that he has spoken is in the presence of Kanchan. Has he been interrogated separately? So I think it is very, very important, irrespective of how a person is. There has to be an independent investigation, and a lot of neighbors are also saying that her husband was outside the house. He was parking his car when this actually happened and he ran in to save her. So having said that, there is no denying to the fact that there are 7,000 dowry deaths every year, and there are at least 8 in UP alone every day. So we really need to work towards it. But having said that, we should also realize that we are dealing with lives over here, and all parties should be investigated independently, including her father. He has given the last rites, the last rituals to her in-laws to for Nikki. Why would you do that if you're not in favor of the in-laws. So a lot of things are not sort of adding up, and I think it is very important for investigative agencies to come forth in black and white.
Okay, Brinda DK with us as well. Brinda DK, as far as the latest news now emerging in the case is concerned, a lot of people have the same question, that it's not adding up, something is not adding up. But at the same time, do we also have to look at the fact that there were certain circumstances that were created within the household that may have pushed Nikki to take her own life?
Well, that is something I think we'll have to leave it entirely to the police, because whatever the police come up in their investigation, they have to corroborate it with forensic evidence. But everything said and done, I think it is important that those small video clips that have been put out by Kanchan needs to be taken into consideration. She was assaulted, she was physically manhandled, and there was nobody trying to separate anyone. It was the husband and it was the mother-in-law who were all ganging up on her, and we couldn't see anybody else coming to her rescue, which means that there was attempt to murder. Yeah, if we are looking at it from that technical point of view, then it is attempt to murder. And within that ambit, let us say that there are some stories that the mother-in-law came with some inflammable liquid and gave it to this son of hers and poured it on the daughter-in-law, and then he lit the fire, or what happened. So all of that needs to be taken into consideration. But everything said and done, I think we must not forget that this harassment to bring money from your home, to bring jewelry, to give car, to give two-wheeler, to set up a shop for business, all of that is dowry. There's no need for anyone to say, give me dowry. It is, what have you brought from your mother's house? When are you bringing this? You have given birth to a boy baby. So when am I getting this? You give birth to a boy baby. The kind of patriarchal, misogynistic society that we are in, the woman and her family will be continuously burdened. And they will not come out and talk about it because it is a matter of family prestige and respect and the status and all of that. Secondly, even if they complain about Vicky, there is a huge problem of Kanchan, who has to still continue to live in that same house. So all of these taken into considerations, you're not going to be making the in-laws as the monsters or the enemies. You want to tread on eggshells. And that's what they have been doing all this while. They never thought that they would ever reach this space where she will be murdered and killed. So let's not get into speculations. Let us address this issue. There was torture, there was brutality, there was trauma extended in the name of dowry. And it happened since 2016. And if you start calculating, you will find she hasn't even turned 18. So it's almost child marriage.
Okay, Mr. Meena, bringing you back into the conversation, sir. Well, your thoughts on the same. What really then becomes the core issue? Because as of now, we have to let the police investigate the matter, but there has to be something that one can boil down as the core issue in this particular case. How do we address the fact that there was routine harassment taking place in that household, that there was a routine complaint against this man?
In fact, in such cases, we don't know whether they have complained against Vipin in the past to the police, his wife. But they should have taken seriously, because his behavior was not good right from the beginning. And his conduct is also not good, and character is also not good. So in such cases, parents of girl should have been proactive. The girl should have been proactive. Girl age was very less when she was married. So she was not mature enough to fight such husband behavior. The point is, as rightly told by earlier speaker, that since another sister is also married to the same family, it becomes problem. Whether both have to break relations with both the brothers. So what is his behavior, that has also not come out. The brother of accused, It has not come out behavior. But since how they were relation with the Kanchan, the another sister of Nikki, the point is very clear. They should have been very cautious. Like in India, general tendency of police agency and like counseling agencies, as well as family members, relatives, and panchayat or local. They want that anyhow, with any measure, the matter is sorted out. Whatever harassment is going on, let's compromise and go further. If he does another harassment, then we'll see. So likewise, we give lot of chances to another partner, whether she's wife or husband. It depends who is doing all mischief. But it is the tendency of persons, because easily we don't break marriages in India. So likewise, we don't know that man will still persist and having such bad behavior, and one day the result is of that whatever Nikki has, the fate of Nikki. The point is very clear. Enough laws are there, enough agencies are there. Police is also sensitized about this matter. Councillors are also there. So government authorities are also there. So now we should not depend when anybody is harassing, it should be reported or it should be done in such a way. Because it is not necessary that you remain in the family bond when you are being harassed continuously. Because there are some people, like if we see behavior of people, there are some people, they don't mend their ways in spite of giving a lot of chances. So enough time was given to husband. They should have broken earlier, because in my opinion, I don't know, it depends what conditions, what compelled them to remain here. But issue is, by seeing these facts, she was continuously being tortured, she was continuously being harassed and insulted, and as per reports, there was demand of dowry continuously. So in such cases, parents of girls should have been more cautious, because girl age was less. So in such cases, I think there was regular harassment and torture of Nikki.
Okay, all right. Some more news coming in. NewsX has now exclusively accessed a copy of the Fortis Hospital memo that details Nikki Bhati's condition after she was admitted there. The memo details that the patient, Nikki, was badly burnt due to a gas cylinder explosion in the house. The police are now investigating who gave this information of a gas cylinder explosion to the hospital, because the cops found no evidence of a gas explosion when they reached the house. The statement of the Fortis Hospital doctors will also be recorded. Brinda Dige, your thoughts on this? The fact that news has now come in that a hospital memo, which was created by the doctors, claims that there was a gas cylinder explosion, but the cops are confused as to where this narrative came from, because when they reached the site, there was no gas explosion, no cylinder explosion or any evidence of such that was found by the cops. Does this somewhere indicate that there could have been a possible attempt that was made to change the narrative? Because ultimately, what the doctors say before the courts will also be extremely crucial.
Well, what the doctors say before the court is very, very crucial, but they cannot be repeating something that somebody has told them without having any proof. We know across India that people always say the gas cylinder burst or the pump stove burst, and we know technically that both don't burst as such. But that said, the narrative of gas stove bursting should have come from somebody within the family, that is the culprit's family. So who said this? And how has the doctor recorded this? Has the doctor recorded it as part of his or her case history that has come forward on day one? Or is it a story that has brewed out of connivance over the last 2-3 days? So all of this is also going to be looked at in court. It's not that the doctor is making a deposition and the court is going to simply take. So there was a story on day one. Why did the story develop and become something else on day two? And why is there another angle to that story on day 3? So all of these things are going to be questioned by the prosecutor. and it must have valid platform and standing. So who made this? Who told this? Was a dying declaration taken from the victim? And did the victim makes this kind of a statement? Or is it just that, let's just spread some story so that we create a lot of confusion and muddy the entire water and let everybody go helter-skelter? The police would have done something called as a mazar at the spot where this happened. So if they say that they did not find any gas leak or gas stove burst, then that is what the court will also uphold, because all of that is forensic evidence that must be produced in court. It is not simply that I say, you say. So I think we must now come out very strongly, especially the police coming out very strongly, that no more stories. You do not have to give any more stories. We, the police, are doing our investigation, and we will come out with whatever the charge sheet is and let the court give its order. Enough of these stories, and whoever has to be arrested will be done again by the police. So we must stop allowing people to speculate and muddy the waters and spread any kind of rumors or false narratives.
Right, absolutely. My colleague Simran Babbar also with us on the broadcast. Simran, take our viewers through the details. What more are we learning as far as this particular hospital memo is concerned?
Well, absolutely. As in fact, this case is concerned, these are very evidences that are being investigated by the cops. And if we spoke about the official reports, there is no official confirmation as far on this crucial evidence. Apart from this, there are more than 3 separate incidents of the digital videos as well that are under the part of the consideration and investigation of the Noida police. Now, police have stated that she has been beaten and doused in a flammable liquid and was set on fire at her home. But the claim that she has been, in fact, in the room where a cylinder explosion has happened is a part of the investigation. This has, of course, added more mystery to the investigation and how the police is now looking into another angle and a fresh narrative as well. But the police has said in an official confirmation on this that whatever facts come out, action will be taken accordingly, and the investigation will cover all the possible angles that are emerging, while the suitable action will also follow upon the completion. This is a statement that we have also at this point of time uncovered by the Additional Deputy Commissioner Sudhir Kumar. According to the police so far, she was beaten and doused, but at the very same time, the narratives that are coming from the family are contradicting all the statements that are in fact fetched by the police. So it is for the time that police now looks into this matter of cylinder explosion. As far as this memo is concerned, the official authorities at the hospital are also right now mum on this, and as they continue to give out more details, this has been a leaked official memo, but the official statement by the hospital is yet to be tracked. Back to you.
Right, absolutely. Thank you so much for joining us on the broadcast. On that note, I thank all of our guests for joining us as well, and we step into a very short break.